Deborah from House of Eclectic here today. Today we're going to be making some, what's the word? St. Patrick's Day crafts. So I'm just trying to lighten it up a little bit in here. I didn't realize how dark it was until the video went live. Okay, is that a little better? Be able to see a little bit better? Okay. Okay, so I'm Deborah. I blog at House of Eclectic. I've been blogging for about 10 years. And today we are going to do some St. Patrick's Day crafts, which I think is going to be super fun. So give me a minute just to get a couple shares in, and then we will get started. I am like moving in slow motion today, guys. I got 2 hours of sleep last night. The joys of having a child who doesn't sleep. And when I say she doesn't sleep, I mean she doesn't sleep. So we are going to try and muddle through this. Okay. Let me get a couple more shares in, and then we will be ready to go. So I think this is going to be really fun. We're going to do a couple of different ones today to a group. There we go. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to do a couple of different little things today. We're not going to do a couple of shirts, but I also want to do a cute little leprechaun hat that you can put out kind of as decor. Okay. So when you guys hop on, let me know where you're hopping on from. I'm in the Salt Lake City area of Utah. And it is a cold winter day here. It was like spring all winter, and now all of a sudden it's actually winter, and it's kind of a bummer. Okay, so I'm going to grab the things we're going to need for now. So I have just a clay pot. These are just, I mean, in springtime you can pretty much get them anywhere, even at Walmart or Target. Told you my brain is not working. So my almost 4-year-old has never slept longer than 6 hours in her life. And so it can be rough. Okay, we're going to peel the sticker off. So you can get these anywhere. If it is winter and you're not sure where to get them in the middle of winter, you can get them at like Hobby Lobby or Joann's. I think has them all year round. So you can do these whatever size you want. This is kind of a, I'd like to say it's a small size, but they make them like super, super tiny. So it's probably more of a medium size. And then I am using this Christmas green apple barrel paint. Okay. So we're just going to take this, we're going to stick our hand inside of it, and we're going to just give this a nice coat of green paint. So tell me, do you have kids with sleeping problems? Or am I the only crazy one who never gets more than 3 hours of sleep at night? She's actually asleep right now because she was up all night last night. So I'll see if she stays asleep or if she comes to say hi. Okay. I really like this Christmas green on here. I think that's going to be the perfect color. Feels very meta, Lorraine says. Watching me paint. Paint, paint, paint. Okay. Then we are going to make a couple of shirts too. I put together these super cute outfits for my girls for St. Patrick's Day. Mostly from the dollar store too, so that's really fun. I'll show you all of those pieces here in a minute while we let this dry, because this is going to need, you can see that the paint is really soaking into that terracotta. So it's definitely going to need a couple of coats. Maybe even 3. Okay, so go ahead and make sure you paint that top too, since we are going to be displaying this upside down. The top needs to be painted. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a minute. And I have a white long sleeve shirt for each of my girls. And then we are gonna find okay, so I've got some red glitter, not a ton of it, so we're gonna have to use it sparingly. And some green. Well, I guess I have green glitter. You can give me your opinion. So I've got this green, just regular shamrock green, green glitter. I have a little bit of gold glitter and a little bit of just a regular kind of gold. Actually, maybe not. Looks like there's a stitch. Yep, there's a stitch cut out on that. Okay, so I'm going to do this on a white shirt because their skirts that are going to go with this are green. So I don't want to be too much green. I don't know if that's possible. Is that possible on St. Patrick's Day? Put this right over here for now so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to do this in Cricut Design Space. Really, really easy. We're just going to do kind of a basic shirts. I was thinking we would do, tell me what you guys think. If we do love and, you know, L-O-V-E, but instead of an O, we do a shamrock. Let's see if we've got a shamrock here. Shamrock. Come on, computer. You can do it. Okay. So we've got this shamrock we can use. I like these, but we have to try and separate them. So let's put this in here. What if we outline our shamrock in gold? We might have enough to do that. Okay, so let's do this. This is going to be super easy. Shamrock. I'm going to pull you guys over here so I can see if you guys have any comments. Okay, so the sizes on these are going to be a little bit different because my kids are obviously different sizes. They're actually quite different sizes because they're quite different in age. So this is for my older daughter. That is a 10-12. She is 9. She is a tall girl, so I always have to kind of size up a little bit. She's a skinny little thing, but she's super, super tall for her age. So you're just going to kind of measure across the chest here. You kind of want to go like right here where it's going to sit. So we probably have about 8 inches that we can do for her. Okay. So we're gonna make each of these about 3 inches wide. So if you go up here, you can change the width on it and it will change the height because they're locked together. So we're gonna make these each 3 inches wide. Whoa, that's 300 because that will give us a little bit of leeway. Oh, I don't like that at all. It's way too small. Yeah, we're just gonna have to stretch that. Okay, so we need a C. And we're gonna just make this 3 inches wide. Perfect. And then add our last letter. Okay, there's the K. Okay, I actually don't know if I want to use this font. So if you go up here, you can kind of use whatever font you want. What do we think of the kind of silly scripty font? I don't know if that's it. Nope, that's way too thin. So you kind of just browse, find a font that you like. Ooh, I actually think this will work really well. Okay. Struggles. Okay, this is American. If you're talking American, I should probably come up. Yeah, this is a good St. Patrick's Day font. I'm excited about this. Okay, so now we're going to have to make this C just a little bit bigger so it looks like it kind of fits in. I wonder... Okay. So what do you guys think? Cute? Not cute? Okay, I think we're ready to cut this. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and add a second coat to our little hat over here. So just go ahead and add that second coat. Yeah, the Rainette says she wishes it would work for the word luck. It would be a little bit of a stretch. It wouldn't look quite like a U. But I think this is going to be... Oh, I did write luck. Guys, I'm losing my mind. I told you, I didn't get nearly enough sleep last night. Let's just do luck. We're going to go for it. So, Carrie, this is Cricut Design Space. This is a Cricut maker that I have right here that we are going to be using to cut this out. Okay, I'm going to give this a nice second coat so that it will... Hey, you! You woke up. You say hi? This is my sweet Haley. This is my little one who does not sleep ever. And she just took a nap because she only slept for 3 hours last night, huh? Mm-hmm. But do you like this? This is going to be your St. Patrick's Day shirt. You think it's cute? No? You're not ready to talk yet? Okay. Let me know when you're ready to talk. So I'm going to grab my mat, peel the plastic off of it. We're going to tell this that we're ready to make it. So you just hit the big... You're okay. Okay, so we're going to use... I lost my soap. You lost a soap? I'll help you find it in a little bit, okay? It's looking less capitally. You're right, it does look less capitally with this font. That's a capital. So is this. Yep, they're both capitals. Okay. So I'm just gonna, this is just green glitter heat transfer that we are gonna use for this project. Okay, so a sheet of green glitter. You always put heat transfer so the shiny pretty side goes down on the mat. So shiny pretty side. And that is sticky, so it's going to want to grab whatever you try and stick on there. Okay. Shiny pretty side, down on the mat.
Mama.
What? Okay, so one of the biggest things you need to remember to do is you need to come on here and you need to mirror your letters. This is what you need to do if you're using heat transfer. Make sure you mirror all of them, not just... So now, see that they're backwards, they're ready for us to cut. So I'm going to slide these under the little teeth here. Go ahead and press the arrow button. Now we're going to hit continue. Was it attacking you? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to set our material. So you just hit view all, and then you can type in glitter, and it will come up glitter iron-on. So glitter iron-on is thicker than regular iron-on, so you're going to want to make sure that you set that right. So we need a fine point blade, which is not what I have in there. I have my rotary blade in there because I was cutting felt. Okay, so this is a fine point blade, regular blade. That's the rotary blade. This is kind of what you use for fabric. Add my fine point blade in there, and we are going to slide this up. Okay, and then this little C is going to start flashing, and we're just going to press go on that. So I'll bring you guys closer so you can kind of see what it's doing. Whoop. So it's just going to go ahead and cut that out for us. So we're going to have to do this one in stages. Oh, I should have just told it we needed the... How's it going, Hells?
Mama?
Yes, honey. Okay, so this is done with its first cut, so we're just going to hit the arrow and pop that out. Then we're going to flip this over and peel our heat transfer from the mat.
Mama?
What?
Can you feel, I want frozen shirt.
You want me to make you a frozen shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to just trim this down to where the letters are. So this is the part that has been cut, so we're going to save that for a minute, and we're going to set up the next cut.
Remember, Anna has orange hair and Elsa has white hair.
Oh, okay. I remember. I won't forget.
And have one on my body just like I do.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we are going to set this up for the second cut. I could have
Anna
actually
has black and blue.
told this to
And Anna
cut this out of the same material, but I forgot.
Anna has black and blue behind her chest, and Elsa has just blue on her dress.
Oh, okay. Anna has black and blue. Elsa just has blue. Things you need to know. Okay, so we're going to press start and let that cut again. So this is just cutting our shamrock, the front part of our shamrock. The back part of our shamrock we're going to cut in gold. So that's all done. Pop this out. Peel it that way. The reason I peel the mat from the project and not the project from the mat is because that's what kind of allows the project to stay unrolled. If you peel it the other way, it will start to curl up. Okay, so I've cut the shamrock off. We're going to save this piece of glitter for a moment. And we are going to...
I'm not going to try that on.
You're not going to try it on?
No.
Well, this one's not for you, Goober.
Bye.
It's for Sissa. We'll make yours in just a minute, okay?
You're making my frozen one?
No, I'm going to make you a St. Patrick's Day one, just like Sissa's.
No.
No.
It's winter.
It's winter, but St. Patrick's Day is soon. So this is going to cut out our last one.
I want my frozen one.
Okay, we can make a frozen one today, but not right now, okay?
Not today.
Not today. Okay, so while you guys are watching that, I'm going to go ahead and add a third coat to this little leprechaun hat that we've got going on over here. This will make it really nice and a deep green. Perfect for a leprechaun. So over here, I'm just adding a last layer of green paint to our little terracotta pot. Just making sure it's nice and green all around. Okay.
Don't touch the paint.
Don't touch the paint. You are right, Missy.
Because sweat.
Paint sweats. There you go, guys. Paint sweats. Okay, so there is our paint ready to go. We're going to let that dry and then we can finish that up.
Can you make my frozen shirt in a minute?
Yes, in a minute. You have a frozen shirt, Goober Bum.
No. I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this
I like my Nemo shirt.
out of
Let me go find it.
the glitter, out of that. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you that we can just easily resize this project. So we just cut it out for my 9-year-old, which is awesome. But that would definitely be way too big for my 3-year-old. So now we've got our project back up on the screen. We're going to measure across on the 3-year-old's shirt, just like we did with the 9-year-old. And we're going to see that we should probably keep it more in the range of like 6 inches with the 3-year-old. So what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to take this down. And we're just going to kind of shrink a little bit. I'm kind of eyeballing. You can do it exactly if you want. But I'm just eyeballing because I've never been a measure twice, cut once kind of person. Okay, so what are we thinking about that? Does that look good? The smaller version? I think we're going to go for it. So now we have shrunk it down. We're going to go ahead and add our green back to our mat. And we are going to cut again. And what we are actually going to do is we are going to take this one and turn it black. So now it knows we want to cut that out of the same material and we won't have to cut 3 times. We'll only have to cut twice. So now it's ready to go. Remember, we need to mirror it. If you don't mirror it, it will be backwards. So now it looks backwards, but it's going to cut the right way. So shiny, pretty side down always. We're going to feed that into the machine. Hi, Tina. So good to see you here. And now we are going to cut. Maybe. Why is it not flashing? Oh, that's right. We haven't selected our material yet. That would be a problem. Okay, so glitter. So remember, if you're working with glitter iron-on, you need to choose a different material than just iron-on because it's thicker than iron-on. Okay, so that's just going to cut that out for us. Then we're going to weed this all and finish up that cute little leprechaun hat. Okay, so here we've got the gold part of the clover. So I just found an edge and I'm peeling off the excess. So there we go. We've got the bigger clover. And Now I gotta find those green ones. Okay, so this one's done. So I'm gonna make sure I keep my green and my gold in separate piles for the different size shirts so I don't mix them up. So flip that over, peel, and we are gonna be ready to go. So all we need to do is cut one more piece and then we have everything we need for our shirts. And then we can weed it all together. Okay, so we just need, I don't have a ton of gold left, so we're gonna have to make sure we've got, hopefully that is a big enough.
Mom, I don't have my frozen shirt. I lost it.
You lost your frozen shirt?
Yeah.
I wonder if Riley accidentally took yours home. We'll find yours, honey. It's here somewhere. Okay, we're gonna cross your fingers. Okay, so we're done cutting. Now we are gonna do what's called weeding. So I'm gonna put the plastic sheet back on my mat so that I can use it again. Apparently, if I had any coordination whatsoever, this would not be such a big problem. Okay. So we are going to come right here. We're going to use a hook. This is my favorite weeding tool. I feel like everyone needs a hook. So I'm going to save this little piece of gold because you never know when you're going to need just a tiny piece for a project. So we're going to weed out the extra there. So now we are going to move on to weeding out this green. So make sure, I'm going to keep them in two separate piles for the two different shirts. So this I'm just going to fold until I find an edge, and then I'm going to peel. So this, if you don't have a cutting machine of any kind, this would be a really easy project to do with an X-Acto knife and a template that you've printed out. Okay, so there is my other clover. And now we're going to do our letters. So this one is such an easy weed because it's such big letters that I don't know that you necessarily even need extra things. But on really intricate weeds, especially on glitter, I love to use my Cricut Bright Pad, which is like a big light desk. I'm ripping this glitter all over the place today. You need to wear your donut shirt? Okay. Okay, so now we're just peeling. So you just want to make sure that you've only left what was on the screen. So there we go. We've got our L, our CK, and our shamrock. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, I usually just bend until I find that edge. And then I just start to pull up. So be careful, this does like to tear when you pull it. You can see I've teared it a few times. As long as you're not tearing where your letter
Mom, can you take it off?
Yes. Come over here. Here, go. Okay. So this is, so it has cut it in such a way to save you as much material as possible. When I was trying to get two full shirts out of one thing of green, that was really important. If you're not so much worried about conserving material, you can weld it all together and then it will print it, it will cut it exactly the way it is on your screen so that you don't have to do the work of trying to lay it out. Okay, almost done. There we go. So there is our smaller one. There's our bigger one. So now I'm going to show you. Let me turn this off and push it out of the way. Let's show you how to lay it out. So I've got my heat press warming up. So here is my older daughter's shirt. I'm going to go ahead and pull the tag off of this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut apart all of the pieces. And when you cut apart all of the pieces, you're going to want to cut them really close to the letter because you don't want any other parts of any of the other letters to end up on plastic or they will meld to the plastic instead of the shirt. So we are going to try layering glitter heat transfer. It's usually a big no-no because glitter has a hard time sticking to glitter, but I have done this before and didn't have a problem. So we're going to try it today. Hopefully it goes just as amazing as I want it to. Okay. So I'm just trimming these letters down so that there's very little chance that they will get stuck to one another on the shirt. So now I'm going to go ahead and trim that big clover down. And then I'm going to show you how to layer. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my design here on the computer just so I make sure that it's always good to look at your design as you're laying it down. So we're going to go ahead and just start setting things down. So usually I like to do about 1 inch from the top of the shirt, but on a V, this is a V-neck, so it's a little bit different. You can go a little bit closer. You can go a little bit closer to the top because it's not so close to their neck. Okay, what are we thinking? How's that looking to y'all? Did I just say y'all? Gosh. Apparently, we lived in Texas for 3 years, and apparently you can, the Texas creeps back in just when you least expect it. Okay, I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. I'm going to pull the C over just a little bit. Okay, so now we're ready to iron that first layer on. We're going to have to do two irons on this. So I'm going to bring you over to my heat press. This is just like a big fancy iron. So the transfer paper that's it's not really transfer tape. What is the word for this that I'm looking for? I don't remember. So this plastic part that's holding the heat transfer is a little sticky. So, dang it. It will hold everything for you until you're ready to flatten down. Mostly. Okay, ready? We're just going to go ahead and close that. If you're using an iron, you're going to want to heat that iron up to your cotton setting so it's nice and toasty. And then you're going to go ahead and iron straight down onto that plastic for 30 seconds on each part of the design. So the reason I like my heat press is because it does that 30 seconds all at once. Okay. So we're going to come back over here. I'm going to do what's called hot peel carrier sheet. Thank you, Lorene. I could not come up with that to save my life today. We're going to go ahead and hot peel this, which means you peel it while it's hot. Some people prefer to cool peel, but I like to know if my design is going to come up or not. So if your design starts to come up while you peel, you just go ahead and put the carrier sheet back down on that part of the design and iron that part again. This is super cute. It turned out cute, guys. Okay. So now I'm going to let this cool for a minute, because if I don't let it, I won't have any opportunity to reposition the green part of the clover when I put it on top. It will start sticking immediately. Okay, so this is the smaller shirt. We're going to do the same thing we did with the bigger shirt. I'm going to cut these letters out. Like I said, cutting away the extra plastic is always a good idea. We need our gold clover. So we're just trimming out the clover. And we are just going to lay this out like the last one. So L. Clover. Then I'm going to show you their whole outfits, and they are so freaking cute, guys. Although I have like trained my children, probably not in a good way. So my daughter wakes up on Valentine's Day this year and goes, "Did you get me a Valentine's outfit?" I was like, "Oh dear, yes I did," but it's kind of sad that you both think you need outfits for everything. Okay. So we're going to lay that out. I'm going to go ahead and go stick this in the heat press again, and I'm going to show you how to layer. Okay, so that'll be done in just a second. Let's go ahead and, this is cooled down enough that we can go ahead and layer on top of it without fear of our design immediately sticking together. Okay, so let me show you how we're just going to take this and we're just going to find where we want it to be over top of the other piece. Oh my word, it's so cute. Okay, so now here is the important part. I will take you guys over to the heat press and show you the important part of layering. So move this light. Okay. Ooh. Okay, back at the heat press. So this is the important part of layering. If I throw this in my heat press right now as it is, I'm going to ruin the shirt, because I have peeled the plastic off of these letters. So these letters right here would start to stick to my iron. And that's definitely not what we want. So you need some sort of protectant. This is an iron protectant sheet, but you don't need something that fancy. You can use parchment paper. So I'm going to go ahead, iron that. And lift that off. And like I said, I like to hot peel because it shows me if anything's going to come up. Oh my word. Look how cute this turned out. That turned out cute, or what? Can you guys see it? I love the gold behind the shamrock. Okay, so let's finish this one. I did not hot peel this one because I got distracted. This is more of a cold peel, which is fine too. But like I said, I hot peel because I like to know if something's going to pull up. So now we've got this last piece. We are going to stick it on our shamrock. Cute, cute. Pull it over to our heat press. Like I said, iron, you need 30 seconds of pressure and heat. Since we have already ironed on this, we need a protector. Okay. Pull that protector sheet off and peel that off. There's another super cute shirt. Okay, so we're done with our heat press, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. And we're going to come back over here and finish that little hat. Oh, Trista, thank you. I really like how they turned out. Super cute. And I will get the rest of their outfits to show you what their St. Patrick's Day outfits look like here in just a minute. Okay, so now for this little hat. I've got 3 good coats of green on it. The next thing we are going to need is we are going to need some black paint. So find yourself some black paint and another paintbrush. This one I'm actually going to do with a paintbrush instead of a foam brush. So there's our black. It's a little watery. We're going to go ahead and we're going to paint a black line around the base of the terracotta, right where the terracotta meets the pot meets the lip. We're just going to paint that black line. And now we're going to go ahead and touch up that line up. You want to try and make it as straight as possible. If it's not straight, it's not the end of the world. But okay, so I'm just setting my paintbrush at the very edge here. And then painting around. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for a minute. We've got our black line. And then I think we're actually going to, should we cut our square out of the gold? I just don't think it's going to be super shiny if we don't cut it out of gold. Okay, so for this we would need gold vinyl, not gold heat transfer. So I'm going to put away this gold that we used for the shirts and grab some gold vinyl, which I'm pretty sure I've got somewhere. Aha! So you could definitely do this without vinyl. You could use paint and just paint a gold color on there. I want a little bit of sparkle, so you could also paint it and then what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, throw some glitter on it. So we're gonna go ahead. So this is just gold vinyl. We're gonna go ahead and cut an open square out of gold vinyl. So I'm gonna bring you back over so you can see my computer, see what I'm doing. Go ahead, hit new project. We're gonna go ahead and grab our measuring tape. Okay, so we want our our square to be about 1 inch. So we're going to go ahead and pull our square out. We're going to unlock it because we want it a little more rectangular than square. We're going to tell it we want it to be 1 inch tall. Okay. We're going to add another square on top of him. So this is going to be the in part of the buckle. Okay, I will help you in just a minute, okay? I'm almost done, I promise. So we're going to go ahead, select both pieces, and you're going to hit slice. And what that should do for us is take the center out. Fabulous. So now now we have just what we need. We're going to hit make it. It's going to put it on a mat for us. We don't need to mirror this because it's... You want to eat something? What do you want to eat?
The soft mac and cheese.
Yes, I will make you soft mac and cheese in a minute.
For lunch?
For lunch, yes, I will make you soft mac and cheese. Okay. So this is the exact opposite of...
Small.
It's the opposite of small. This is the exact opposite of heat transfer. This one you do put the pretty side up on the mat. The pretty side up on the mat. I'm going to move this paint so that we don't get paint all over our mat. Now we are going to feed this in. This is a long roll.
Mom, don't step on that because that's dangerous.
Oh, okay. That's dangerous. We'll hit continue over here.
Only I can step on it.
And we're going to tell it what kind of material this is. This is glitter vinyl. You want to make sure you tell it that it's glitter vinyl because it has a different texture than regular vinyl.
Mama. Only I can step on it.
Haley, don't step on it, please.
Why?
Because you're going to ruin it. Okay, so we're going to pick glitter vinyl. And then we are going to be ready to go.
There we go.
Just going to go ahead and check our blade for us. And then cut out our little piece of vinyl. This we won't need heat transfer for because, I mean not heat transfer, transfer tape for because it is such a simple shape. You can do it without heat transfer. So now I'm going to grab this whoop, and cut out a little square.
Don't step in the mud.
Okay.
I'm pretending the ground is mud.
Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and peel around that buckle. Maybe. Perhaps. Someday.
I'm stepping on the pedal. Paddle, paddle, paddle. I saw that noise in...
Okay. There we go. So it's going to go ahead and peel around that buckle. So now we have the buckle and we just need to take the center out of the buckle. So go ahead and peel that off. So now we have our square. So we are just going to take our pot and right here and take our cute little buckle. Maybe.
Oh, cool.
And we are just going to stick that buckle
Uh,
right over top of that black paint. Oops. Okay, what do you think of this one? How'd that one turn out? Cute? I like it. Okay, so I promised you I'd show you guys my girls' St. Patrick's Day outfits, so let me grab those. Okay, go out for a minute.
No.
Honey, you don't have clothes on, you can't be in the shop. Sorry.
Mama, I can't play.
I will come help you in 2 minutes. Dale?
No.
Okay, go to your room and look. Okay, so they're gonna wear white leggings with these.
I can't do it.
So they have the shirts we just made them, and then the skirts, and then these silly headbands. Here, I'll move it so you guys can see in just a second. Maybe. Perhaps. Okay. And then these next. Okay, so here are their outfits. So they've got these headbands and the necklaces and the tulle skirt. Everything else came from the dollar store, just Dollar Tree. So, nope. Sorry, little one decided to strip naked. So there we go, cute outfits. I think the greens match really super well, and I'm super excited for them to try them out. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I am Deborah. I will be live on my page, Housewife Eclectic, on Friday at 11:30 Mountain, so 1:30 Eastern, and I hope you'll hang out with me then.